October 7th massacre, war against Hamas, and the dangerous levels of anti-Semitism, vandalism, and pro-Hamas protesters have terrified and scarred Jews around the world. Now, a new Israeli app is rising up to empower and unite the global Jewish community. Joining us now in studio to talk more about it is Yael Ella-Hay, the CEO of RISEAPP. Hello, congratulations, and thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
It's amazing to see how in this trauma, in the wake of this trauma, so many incredible ideas have come about in the middle of dealing still with the war and with the fact our hostages are not home. So you being at Reichman University, how did this whole process and initiative come about?
So as you said, from this horrible trauma, we saw basically from the Jewish communities that they were, in addition to the grief and the rising anti-Semitism, there were three main challenges that were overwhelming to them. One was the fact that they felt deeply disappointed and hurt by former friends and allies that they felt, that were on their side, and all of a sudden were either remained silent or posted, even worse, posted negative content about Israel. They were flooded with misinformation and, online. And in addition to that, there was overwhelming amount of information, and from that sea of information, it was very difficult to locate, which content was reliable, which content resonates with you. And basically, from these challenges, we at Reichman, we listened to our global community and our audiences, and we spoke to them, and from that came an opportunity. And this is how RISEAPP was born. It was born to unite and empower the Jewish community and rebuild the resilience within the community itself. So with the help of the support of the Asper Foundation and Reichman, the whole university, we started RISEAPP. And it's based on three main features, essentially. So first of all, we have the highlights. And the highlights is building, the Jewish pride and the Jewish success stories together. So it's uplifting stories and cultural celebrations and success and inspirational Jewish stories. You have the feature of Hot Topics. Now, the Hot Topics is near and dear to my heart as
you teach that at the university.
And with the public diplomacy, and we have public diplomacy experts as well. So we really researched within each country, because it differs in each country and in each culture, what questions are they facing, and we're going to be providing them with the most reliable and convincing answers to these questions. I have, I tell my students often that the fastest way to lose an argument is saying, well, this is why you're wrong.
Yeah.
And so it's content that is very far from this. And we did panels and in-depth research to provide the most reliable and accurate and convincing content as well.
That helps to really understand what people want. You said earlier about the isolation and the feeling of, I myself personally have gone through this. I think there isn't a single person that hasn't been disappointed or felt betrayed, shocked, at how the world has reacted. And I think, the fact that it's feeding a niche of people that before October 7th would have never even thought that they needed something like this.
Yeah, and I think the last thing, just going back on what you said about the connecting aspect of it, there's real strength in connecting together the Jewish communities around the world and really organizing it, because there's so many great initiatives, as you said, but they're a big mess as well. Yeah. We don't talk enough to each other. We don't have enough organization. And so the last bit is this boost aspect of it. And it allows users to, it takes the digital world offline as well and connects it together. And based on location and interests, you see events that are relevant to you, that you like. So for example, if you're an art lover and you're going to France right now, you will be able to see art exhibition by a Jewish artist that you like. for students as well to, based on their interests and want to connect them together. And to support Jewish businesses as well.
So then how does it work? Is it all kind of put together through an algorithm, or you have to have researchers saying, okay, what's happening this week in Paris, what's happening this week in Chicago, or it's all done automatic through technology?
So it's a combination. It's a good question. It's a combination. On the one hand, we have curation from the internet and from what's out there. And it's important for me just to say that this is the only feature, the events feature. We realized there's a security threat as well.
True, right.
And so we really worked on that, and it's very secure. Anybody who would like to know more information about it, but we're not using the regular security measures, but taking the extra mile.
And how will people be able to get it, and when will it be available?
So we're excited to say that we're very near the end. In October, the app is launching for the most viable product. It's the MVP. And soon after that, it's going to be globally, and it will be based, it will differ based on the individual's interest, but also based on your geolocation, and it will be able to track that.
Sure, and I'm sure once it's out, it'll only keep developing further. Thank you so much for coming in, and congratulations on coming up with something so positive. We look forward to being able to use it.
I appreciate you having me here.